Yeah. Rocky Hoarder. Good morning from sunny Spain. How's it going? Thank you for commenting. You know, I'll be waiting for somebody to be commenting before I start chatting or put myself on camera. It's the same old toothless git as ever. How you doing? I've always been in Spain. Well, 11 years. Uh, I was living a kind of settled life down in Granada. I came up to Valencia for work, actually working in a house removal on the way to moving everything to fucking Holland. Then got involved in a construction job. I walked away from there after about 7 weeks of slave labor and been basically walking for the last month. Walking with a big rucksack carrying dog food and water for the dog. Now we've got to a destination where we thought we'd be very comfortable, and you know, being able to reconnect with old faces and old places. The thing with being away from here for 10 years, a lot of things have changed. Mr. Beautiful Blues, good morning. The gypsies I used to be friends with, I don't see any of them around. The bars and cafes that I used to go to, they've all got different titles. The places where I used to sit and charge my mobile no longer exist. Down at the seafront, the main strip, I used to sit down at the McDonald's. They've turned all that electric off. The train station, where I'm currently sitting at, yeah, the train station is behind that big tree there. Yeah. They no longer allow people to charge their mobiles. So I went in there cheeky this morning and I charged up 20%. I'm down to 13% already due to answering multiple messages of people concerned or showing concern. Been here more than a week now. We've explored a lot. Yeah, a lot. A lot of the things that I be exploring, you know, have absolutely no relevance because, you know, like the views that I'm trying to accumulate and connect the castles and the churches, you can't see them because all these fucking high-rise buildings. Yeah, everything's surrounded by high-rise buildings. At nighttime, you know, most of these buildings, there ain't even a fucking single light on them. Being caught up in the middle of protests against tourist rental buildings. When I see how many buildings there are around here without any lighting going on in them, there's no shortage of housing. Air Hammond, we definitely surviving. Air Hammond, we're definitely surviving. Last night, we settled down with a good burger menu, which is shite. Yeah, I think it was like 16 euros for a burger meal, which came with a portion of fries, a soft drink, and a side order of cheesy jalapeno bites. The packaging was very exciting, top quality packaging, but the quality of the food was shite, absolutely shite. So the good burger ain't so good. Yeah, I've been wanting to go into the KFC, but the only KFC that I found is right on the fucking main strip. Loads and loads of human traffic. I don't feel like going into them buildings and leaving the Grizzlies unattended. Same for the McDonald's or the Burger King. But definitely we're enjoying the summer. Yeah, we're definitely enjoying the summer here in Alicante. Yeah, I've got a feeling in the next couple of in the next day or so, we'll be meeting up with a fellow YouTuber. Yeah, somebody that's been involved with this channel from day one. They've been reaching out and saying that they're in Alicante and that they want to meet up. Well, I've made it to Alicante, been here more than a week. And yeah, got a little bit of charge, so I hope this person sees this video. Where and how we're going to meet up, I don't know, because very shortly, you know, this phone's gonna, battery's gonna die. When I get charged up again, I haven't got a fucking clue. Good morning, Spray. Top of the morning, Bare Bones Butter. Hey, thank you very much, good sir. Very supportive. You know, as I sit here in Alicante, the amount of people that comes in from the Southampton cruisers is thousands of people. There was one boat, it had about 2,000 holiday makers, residents, on one boat. It was fucking massive. Massive. As I sit here at the train station, it's like there's a lot of people that could be jumping off of those trains, you know, like coming from the UK. The airport's just down the road, about an hour and a half. I've never been on any cruises, mate, Mr. Beautiful Blues. I've never been on any cruises. For George, I don't know where for George are. The Spray. No, I walked away from Pepe and what's her name? The horse. I walked away from them. 7 weeks slaving for the fella, and yeah, no, the fella was a user and abuser and suicidal. I'm very angry towards his internet ride. Very angry towards his mother. Ungrateful for the work that all us strangers keep doing for him. So was pointed out by his Dutch friends. They drove all the way from Holland just to see him. He's off to Norway. Cool. Cool. When you get to Norway, do us a favor, yeah? Hunt out Doug, the one that fucking still in psychiatric unit, yeah? Because that fella, right? Seriously, that fella is fucked up, bro. Yeah? Spray, I received absolutely fuck all from the fella. In actual fact, that fella started begging off of me, yeah? Started begging off of me. And I'm sorry, like, but I was there to help him. You get me? Yeah. Help him get his business up and running. You know, he got no business begging off of me. And he got no business expecting me to do fucking hours and hours and hours and hours. Huh? Job after job after job when he's getting up at 6 and 7 in the evening, you know, screaming, shouting at his missus. You know, no way. Yes, yes, guys, I'm proud. Good to see you. Bare bones, I was in Benidorm. I was in Benidorm. The thing with Benidorm, I couldn't find any fresh air. No fresh air at all. Yeah. I mean, here in Alicante, yeah, where we're sitting now under this big tree, there's fresh air, you know, which kind of makes life a bit more comfortable for the grizzlies. Yeah. And that's what I keep doing, finding these channels of fresh air. You're just back from Tenerife. Back to work on Saturday. Oh dear. I was in Benidorm, bro. I was in Benidorm. And everything's all changed there. Stay away from loonies. Stay away from Looney Tunes. I swear to fuck, man. Yeah. Yeah. It's safer and healthier. Well, Spray, we sleep where we like. You know, if I fancy sleeping up here under this tree, I'd sleep here. The only thing is about this tree, there's a lot of mosquitoes. We were sat here about an hour ago before we put the phone on charge. And yeah, eaten by mosquitoes. Last night, we slept up by one of the castles in that direction. Yeah, straight up that ways, because we've come down this ways, knowing that there's a Mercadona on this road. Yeah, we've come closer to the supermarket. And then we'll probably walk down to the strip where they're doing the Arabic market for the week. There, plenty of fresh air and shade. We've slept down in St. Gabriel. We've slept, freaking out where we slept. We slept at the port of Alicante. We slept a couple of different parks. Every night we slept different places. Yeah. It's one of those things when you're traveling with a dog. Yeah. The people are so, oh, look at that. You know, like, wow, isn't he a great dog? You know, it's so like there's a lot of people eyeballing the Grizzlies. Yeah. In actual fact, I think it was like 2 days ago, we were sat down at the port and we had a couple of Moroccan fellas eyeballing us and talking in the Arabic language, something that I'm not very familiar with, but I could identify that they were sizing up the Grizzlies. You know, they wanted yeah, a dog fight. So yeah, we got to keep the Grizzle safe. You get me? Yeah. Just in case, just for the day when his people might come and collect him. That's what he's waiting for. That's why he's not connecting with me as well as he should have in the last 5.5 years. One thing is, at this time of day, I don't know where I'd be sleeping tonight. Air Hammond, I will not be trying Portugal. No. There's nothing about Portugal that interests me, really. No. No. Going to Portugal For me, it'd be a bit like, going to England or Ireland. So like, nah, there's nothing there. Weed's legal. Okay, weed may be legal for the locals, but it ain't for the tourists. And being a weed smoker, it don't matter, where it's legal or illegal. To me, it don't matter. Oh, heads up, ladies and gentlemen. This channel is still under attack by a dry cock, shitty wet wipe, trailer trash traveling toothless Timmy boy. It's, I got a message the other day on that is being attacked, still being struck. The dirty predator, pervert, no good for nothing, stalker. So how much longer this channel stays alive for? Who knows? It appears the shitty dry cock is trying to take control, being a channel striker. I'm thinking he going to silence me. I may have half the amount of subscribers as he does, but I can assure you, the people that he hung around with, most of his subscribers are fake subscribers. Sub for sub. You go to Nitro Freak's channel, and he'll get you 100 subs. You go to half the channels that are associated with Nitro Freak, and they'll give you 100 subs, 500 subs. This channel is grown organically by the channels that I've gone to. I go to a lot of panels. I go to not so many chats. And I don't go to many of the YouTube live streams. I mostly go to open panels, live streams. Jeremy Interact Diary. That's the biggest problem and the biggest awareness that Drycock has got to admit to himself. He intervened, wanted to be the victim. He came to this channel and he came into my world. And unfortunately, he's not compatible for my world. Hello, Radio Fuming. Time to roll a cigarette. I know I've just smoked one. I fancy smoking another. So, 8% of the battery left. I had 20% battery charge. I've answered the emails. I've answered WhatsApp, a Messenger. Now I'm answering to YouTube. I can see by the amount of people listening in, there's potentially a lot of gossipers. So pay attention to the channels that you go to. Yeah, they're gossiping, they're seeking information, and they're gossiping. Cowardly hiding, thinking that they're clever. Some people pay attention and don't want to give the information that they're paying attention. Like our friend Peter Pope admitted the other day. He'll pay attention and he don't need to interact. That's his feelings. Because it only causes upset to other channels that he goes to. People only become victims because they come to this channel. To scumbags like Shitty Drycock. Now here's something for folks to pay attention to. When you've got people like Shitty Drycock doing all this reporting and striking and attacking vulnerable peoples, when you see people like him, it's kind of understandable why people are ghosting channels. But understand this, he's a double standard. He's seeking vulnerable peoples, which means that those vulnerable peoples are less likely to stand up for themselves or have an approach for a defense. The circles that Shitty Drycock represents, like Bants and Rants, and the cesspit, the alcoholics and the junkies, double standards. So we're enjoying Alicante. Looks like he's enjoying, doesn't it? Let the sleeping dog sleep. So many vehicles around here all day, constant traffic. %7. So for anybody looking for me, occasionally I come up to the train station. This is my second visit to the train station. Can normally find me in the mornings. I go into Mercadona to buy water and breakfast and evening supper for the grizz. Evenings, you can normally find me down at the port. And as soon as the sun disappears from the city, you can normally find me up by the KFC, Burger King, Five Guys, just sitting there looking handsome. Oh, messages coming in. Maybe this evening I'll have a look at the phone chargers on the beach. They've got lockers where you can store your luggage, and they've got charging locker. I'm not sure. I haven't looked yet, but I'm pretty sure it's something expensive. Everything around is expensive. €4 for a picking ice cream. Mm. And something normally pay 150 for the Calippo ice lollies. They're like €3 in supermarkets in the corner shops. Buying cold water from the corner shops is a little bit cheaper than what we've been experiencing in along the coast. €1 will get a chilled bottle of water, litre and a half. But it tastes shite. Tastes absolutely disgusting. Yeah, they've got water fountains, cold water fountains around the main touristy areas, but it tastes of chlorine. We try and stick to the old fountains, the old town fountains. They're not bad, yeah, but yeah, I still prefer the Lancaron water. Of all the waters available in the supermarket, the Lancaron water is the best for me. Yeah, it don't taste, it's just got that simplicity of water. And there's about 10 different waters to sample in the supermarkets. So that says a lot. That the best water is coming from Granada. Or maybe I'm just accustomed to the water in Granada. So I'm currently looking at Corte Inglés, El Corte Inglés train station. And loads of disgusting high-rise buildings. Next to the, built onto the train station is a tobacco shop. I've not been in there this time round, but I was in there 10 years ago. It's where I first found big booklets of rolling papers. I've not bought any because I'm stuck with buying 2 packets for €1. And yeah, 2 packets for, oh look, there's a Burger King straight across the road. Next to a Trend, next to MM Shoes. And a Bankinter. Don't know what Bankinter is. I guess it's a bank of some sorts. Yes, Tom. Welcome in, good morning. I'm down to 5% battery. So, yeah, battery's about to die. I have that much concern for my subscribers, being concerned about me and my whereabouts. The little battery that I've charged up the Alicante train station, I've used talking with you guys. So I hope you appreciate it. Where's the Alicante? Train station just there. El Corte Inglés just there. Sitting under this big ficus tree. Ficus is related to fig. There's 22 species of this tree. Yeah, some are edible, but this one is not. but it grows beautiful, great shade, great big branches. And look, yeah, these branches send out runners, yeah, these coming off branches, yeah, randomly, and then they root, yeah, they make roots. I look at this one, nice big column. I look at that, yeah, made up of two, coming out there, and then joining up here. And look at it, all the way down to the ground. Yeah, look, these big columns. Absolutely beautiful, I think. There's a park just down the road where we like to sit and relax. And the park's full of them. Yeah. At the moment, that park's filled up with a German market. Well, actually, it's an Arabic market selling German products, which for me is kind of a little bit weird. And like it says in the title of this live stream, the most expensive price I have ever seen. Voila. But the best looking barbecue I've ever seen. They've got frankfurters of all sorts, big fat frankfurters, but the prices of them, fuck that. Fuck that. Not gonna find sausages like that anywhere else. And for anybody that knows this channel, I loves me fucking sausages. Huh? Salamis, chorizos, salchichons, pepperonis. 4% battery. So the phone's about to die. Hey, when will we communicate again? I haven't got a clue. German Bratis will have high import tax for Arabs. You love them. I agree. I agree. These trees are living art. You know, I do like trees very much. Oh yeah. So I've been down to San Gabriel, and beach I used to live on with Scooby. First dog I rescued in Spain. The reason I was first made homeless in Spain, rescuing Scooby. I've been down to that beach, and there's something not quite right about that place these days. Yeah. They've commercialized it. They've put a fountain, which is handy, you know, stuff for water. There's a fountain there. There's a foot shower. There's a lifeguard tower. And I'm pretty darn sure they've made it bigger. We will chat soon, Bare Bones. For sure we will. For sure we will. 3%. The village of San Gabriel is also changed. The Mercadona that I used to go to is closed down. They've got a newer Mercadona further into the city, into the town of San Gabriel. Oh, Tom, there's a hatred of Brits in most parts of the world, man. Yeah, and here in Spain, yes. On Spanish Isles, yes. There is a great upset shown towards British folk, which is quite laughable because everywhere you see English colleges, yeah, English language schools. Fucking mosquitoes. And Brits have always had a bad reception. You know, from most cultures that I've interacted with, you know, and Billy Moore's back in Spain, is he? Wickety wicked. I wouldn't know what the fella looks like or what he sounds like. But if he's in Alicante, oh, he's in Mallorca. Okay. Well, that's one of the islands, isn't it? Yeah. I've not gone to any of the islands in Spain yet. And I don't think I will either. Not unless, you know, like invited onto a yacht or a cruiser, and we end up there down to 3%. So when it gets down to 2%, I'll have to rudely close this live. I tell you what, yeah, I do hear a lot of French. I do hear a lot of French, and I tell you something else, yeah. What I've been listening to, a lot of Russian. There's that warning. Phone's about to shut down. Bye bye.